back to Noggin Picks. If you just seen, we have a new logo courtesy of local artist Jamie Cooker. If you haven't met him yet, the dude's a hell of a guy.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, we're back. We're back to doing our list. This week we read. Well, she read 32, and I read 44. I'm just gonna let that sit for a little bit. Our wallets are crying right now too. But before we jump into the honorable mentions, we want to give a quick shout out to Milestone Returns. This is much needed. DC Comics has been needing all these characters: Static, Icon, Hardware, Rocket. First time she was introduced to any of the characters. I'm thinking now she can be watching Static Shack. But yeah, Static, first issue's up there. One of my all-time favorite characters. So, looking forward to what DC's gonna be doing with Milestone in the future. But for the first honorable mention of the week, you all know.
Yes.
First honorable mention of the week is Black Widow #7, by Kelly Thompson. Thompson's killing it. I'm not much of a Black Widow fan. I mean, I am looking forward to the film, and I've read a good chunk of old books, but Thompson's got me intrigued, got me pulled in, and each month I've been telling Nora she's got to read it, she's got to read it, she's got to read it, and she's not. So
I will catch up.
she says she will catch up. Please leave a comment in the section. Please leave a comment in the comment section telling her she needs to read this book.
Or you're just the only one reading it.
Or I'm just only reading it, but I don't think that's true.
All right. Next is Robin #2. Again, it was so hard to pick even our honorable mentions this week because we had so many books, like Kyle said. So you get more of Robin and Flatline. So if you Robin is spoiler, not dead in this issue, because Lazarus Island, no one can die unless you're killed after.
Kind of like the Lazarus Pit.
Yeah. So you really get to see these different characters, some battle scenes, killings, but then you get to kind of see Flatline and Robin slowly kind of have some chemistry, maybe. I mean, who knows? But
yeah,
good.
I would say that the only reason this is not in the top 5 is I wasn't a huge fan of the ending. Kind of felt like it was a
and Ravager. She's kind of like
Ravager's in
Robin.
But yeah, the ending kind of holds it back from being that book that we wanted it to be. But I have high hopes that it will continue to grow. Great writing, great art.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, definitely.
Then the last honorable mention of the week. It's actually kind of a surprise. We had zero interest in this book, and at comic shop. We were at Mind's Eye Comics, and Blue Flame #1 by Vault Comics. Written by Christopher Cantwell and art by Adam Gorham. Gorham. I had Gorham, brother. And the art is what makes this book. The funny thing is that we dropped a poll in the Minnesota Comic Exchange asking members what was your favorite book of the week. And #1 pick of the week for the members was Strange Adventures #10, which doesn't even make our top 8.
It was a bit confusing.
But I bring that up. I was gonna bring it up at the end of the video, but I'm gonna bring it up here because Blue Flame, to us, was a better version of Strange Adventures, and kind of like the Justice Society of America, where it brought so much to the table. It was a new team, and very great writing. The art and the script, they mesh well together.
Definitely.
I look forward to what's happening. The only reason it didn't break top five is because we have a couple number ones in the top five.
Indies.
No.
Oh. Yeah.
But yeah, we have a couple ones in number five in the top five. So those ones just kind of edged out this.
Mm-hmm.
But if this continues where it's going, I think it's gonna break the top five.
Yeah, not in a bad way at all.
So.
All right. So then number 5 is a book that I was looking forward to. Made in Korea, number 1 from Image Comics. So we got Jeremy Holt, George Shaw, and Adam Willett. So this book, it surprised both of us, I think. Let's see. So there's basically this family who kind of adopts an AI daughter, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and
like an android.
Yeah, and you kind of get the feeling that maybe this wasn't supposed to be happening. It kind of goes back and forth, but in the end, it's kind of funny, and I feel like I can relate to this because, the family's getting acquainted with the daughter, and they give her this bedroom full of books, and she wakes up and she's like, "Are these dreams?" And she has all these books, and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
So spoiler,
Yeah,
she gave
sorry.
away the ending of the book. But yeah, kind of like Blue Flame for Umber Mentions. It's one of those things that it was extremely well written, and we just look forward to what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was that shock, the reading this and feeling the connections to the characters. I think that's what made us, be like, yeah, we want to continue reading this one. We're gonna. I think and the thing is, like, reading so many books, the top 5 were the ones that stuck with us. I think. I mean, you read 40 plus books, you're gonna forget something.
Yeah, and I think where this is going is kind of gonna see how this girl, this AI, kind of fits into normal life.
Society.
Yeah.
Yep.
So definitely pick that up if you did not read it.
Our number 4 pick is a series that has been dominating our poll list, and if it wasn't for this book, I think Bitterroot would be on this list. But I put the two together because it kind of has a similar feel to it, and it's Philadelphia with this beautiful David Mack cover. It's written by Ronnie Burns and artwork by Jason Sean Alexander, and I think Alexander's reason why we love this book so much is just because the art is just perfect. If you haven't read it, it's about old presidents coming back and being vampires. And while reading this, you're gonna have a song by Hamilton stuck in your head. Just gonna say that. But yeah, this is number 13. So it's been around for a while. It's been around, well, I think over a year, obviously over a year now, and it just keeps getting better. Dialogue, action, advancement in the storyline, art. There's just so much to this book that I wouldn't be surprised next month it's on the list too.
And it's the start of the 3rd arc.
The 3rd arc, yep.
Yep. All right, so then next we have Shadow Doctor 4, and this has made our list before. It's just been
quite often.
Yeah, it's just been really good. And let's see, the thing that kind of hit with me this issue was just the fact that this doctor is trying to do what he wants to do, where he's just helping all these mob guys get,
Okay. Nora doesn't have much of a gangster history.
But you feel for him.
You feel for it.
That's
Just imagine if there was a doctor in the movie The Untouchables on the side of Al Capone. That's what the story is of Shadow Doctor. He's the only black doctor in town. No one trusts him to do anything except the mob. And he's slowly getting to that point where he does not want to be an accessory. So he's trying to break away, but at the same time, the mob's paying him, and the mob's the only one that's letting him do his work. So.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just been really good. There's one more issue left?
There's one more issue left. This is one of those books that you don't read for the artwork. This is it's almost like reading a script for a movie. This is a real movie. It's not a TV show, if it was ever converted or adapted. yeah, just one of very strong book coming out of Aftershock.
Yep.
Yeah, so coming out of Aftershock, and well, they have a great history of producing great books.
Yeah.
On to our number 2 pick. It's a book that we read it and we instantly put it in the bag.
Yeah, it was kind of hard between a first and second pick, but we went with Something's Killing the Children, 16. So this is obviously Erica Slaughter's origin and the way that they revealed
the reasoning behind the bandanas.
Yeah, it just was so well done.
Give a quick shout out to Chris Anderson, member of the Minnesota Comic Exchange, and one of the co-creators of it. We asked him what his number 1 pick was. And he said Something's Killing the Children 16. Major spec book for Erica Slaughter. But it's not just that, though. It's not just the fact that it's a spec book. It's just a great story in general. James Tynion has been killing it with the story. It's probably one of the best ongoings right now.
Definitely.
If it wasn't for the surprise number 1 that we picked,
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if this was number 1 almost every time it came out. It's just,
yeah.
Erica Slaughter is probably the greatest creation in the last year or 2 in comics.
Definitely.
Our number 1 pick, like I mentioned, it's a surprise because we did not anticipate to like this book. It's coming out of Future State, and the Future State did not really improve or give us high hopes for this, especially coming off of what Tom King did with a character not long ago. Number 1 pick,
Mr. Miracle.
The Source of Freedom, number 1. First off, I've been a fan of Psycho Ozia. I want to say how you pronounce his name. I'm sorry if I miscorrect it. But he's done some work with Abi Sentenson, who's one of my favorite writers. But yeah, what he's done with the arc in this is insane. But I think the thing that we like most about this is that it takes a character that we're familiar with, Mr. Miracle, but also makes him different because he's not scot-free. He's Shiloh, and now they're focusing like he can escape all the traps and everything, but he can't escape being an African American.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of social commentary, but it works extremely well. And like I said, going off of Future State, we just didn't see that. It was just when it was announced that this book was coming out, we're like, we're gonna pick it up. We love Mr. Miracle. We love Big Barda. We don't know much about Shiloh. So we picked it up and we were blown away.
Oh yeah, just from beginning to end, it just kind of held you on your seat. Like,
oh yeah. Like you were trying to escape a trap.
Yeah, which what is the point?
Yeah, but yeah, that's the top picks of the week. We may look a little exhausted after reading 44 issues. It can be exhausting. But please let us know what your favorite books were for the week.
Yeah.
Do you agree with the Minnesota Comic or Strange? Was Strange Adventures 10 the best comic of the week? Or do you agree with us? Was Mr. Miracle a surprise comic of the week? Or were we completely wrong? Please leave a like.
Subscribe.
So, hit that subscribe button. We need the followers. Who knows, one of these days we might have a giveaway. So subscribe.